Okay. Hi. I don't know why I'm doing this. I usually talk to myself, and it's not that I've never talked to a camera before. Like I used to, like mass post on my story, on my Instagram stories. My friends used to complain about. Like I would post like a million of them. Like that was my own like video journal. Like that was me documenting my life. I used to do that a lot, and I was just sitting down here in my room, and my camera is resting on my CDs that I no longer use because my CD player broke and my mom took it back, so I don't have a CD player, but I still keep my CDs in my room. So my CDs are here now in my room on my bookshelf, and my camera is resting on my CDs. Anyway, that is not the point. I was sitting and my laptop is kind of bothering me. I was thinking, and I think a lot, and sometimes my friends tell me like, oh my god, you should tell people your thoughts. Like I remember this one online friend, like he told me like, stop spamming your Instagram stories, like just like start a podcast. And I was like, who's gonna listen to me talk about capitalism for 3 hours, man? He was like, I'd listen. I'm not a podcast type of person. I don't listen to podcasts. I've like heard of them from my friends. Obviously, I know what a podcast is, but I don't listen to podcasts. I don't like to. That's not really my thing. That's a me thing. That's a me thing. That's a personal choice. But yeah, people are talking like, bro, people need to hear your ideas, and it's nothing revolutionary. It's nothing revolutionary. I'm aware of that. I just think a lot and I explain, and sometimes I explain it in a way that like if you don't think a lot, it seems like very to you, but I don't think it's very like all of that. Anyway, I'm trying to talk a little bit faster right now because my camera's resting, and I don't want my charge to run out, or I don't like it has a 25-minute timer. Like I cannot like the maximum time it will record for is 25 minutes. So if I talk for more than 25 minutes, it will just like shut off. The camera will shut off, and I don't want that to happen. It happened that one time. I was just like talking to myself and like with my camera, and it just shut off. My camera just shut off, and I didn't realize it. Anyway, I want to talk about, because I've seen people talk about it on YouTube, because that's what I do. Like as I put my laptop down, this is my laptop. I'm giving you a Lenovo. My mom, she bought it for my birthday. She didn't give it to me on my birthday, but she got it for me as a birthday present because I broke my last one, because complicated, but basically it like didn't work a lot, and I like used to throw on the floor when I got drunk. But I used to get drunk every day, and I don't want to talk about that right now. Anyway, that is my laptop, and this is my phone. So I do not have internet access if I do not have my laptop, which is for personal reasons. And I actually do want to get my phone back by the end of the summer, because my friends come back from Nigeria, and I gave my phone to her, and she was like, oh, I'm gonna bring it to Nigeria, but she didn't bring it to Nigeria, so it's still here, her phone. And I could technically go to her house and ask her aunt, like, hey, can I have my phone back? No, I gave it to my friend because like I want her to have it. I'm going on a tangent right now. Okay, like she needed a new phone, and her mom's cousin was gonna sell her a phone, and I was like, like, why would your mom's cousin sell you a phone? Like, I'll just give you mine for free. And I gave my phone to her, and then she went to Nigeria, and then she didn't bring my phone to Nigeria with her. Now I'm like, I'm sorry to ask, but can I have it back? Oh no, I missed some parts of it. That is not what I am here to talk about. Okay, that is not what I talk about. I go on a tangent too much, and I am sorry. I apologize. Also, the jammy is going off in the back, so if you hear anything, that's it. But I want to keep the window open because it's summer and it's hot. There's like a little bit of wind, and I like it. And if I close it, it'll get like way too dark. Anyway, so as I was saying, on my laptop, my laptop is the only exposure to media that I have right now. It's very loud outside. I'm sorry. I live in the city. I live with my parents because I'm 17. I'm trying to go to university this year. Okay. I will go to university, obviously, but I cannot pay for the dorms. Anyway, that's not important. This is the only access to media that I have, and I'm not on it all the time. Unfortunately, I am on it more than I would want to be, but like I don't have it when I'm out, which is what I like. Don't ignore the fact that it doesn't have a back. It's because I put my card in the camera. But this is the access to media that I have with me, right? And I was on YouTube, and like I was like watching video essays and stuff by this French YouTuber. I kind of like her. Alice Capel. I love her. She talks about stuff that I like. Anyway, so she was talking about slow life, and she looked at the more political side of it, but I just wanted to say, like, political life and political life. I don't want to talk about political life right now. Slow life is just like living your life. In a way, it is romanticization of your life, if you want to call it that. If you don't want to call it that, it's not romanticization on quote. It's just like the way you view your life, the way you view it. Everything is the way that you view your life. If you view your life as, oh, we just like get a job and we fucking die, that is still how you view your life. That is still a view. Even if you think you have the most default view on life and it's like not a view, this is just how life is, there's no such thing as this is just how life is. This is how you view your life. That is still a life. If you view your life as a capitalist reality, that is still a view. That is not just how life is, that is how you view it, because other people may not see that. Where you see gritty capitalism, other people may see hope. Who's right? Both of you are right. Because it is your view. The way that you view it is your reality. It may not be everyone's reality, but it's your reality. And I can't say that this person is right or this person is right, because that's just not how it works. Technically speaking, everyone has the possibility to be right. This is not me saying that everyone is right, but everyone has the possibility to be right. And you may be. I can't tell no one who's right. I don't know nothing. That's not on me. What I'm saying is this whole slow life thing. Like, everyone wants capitalism. That is the root to all of our problems. Capitalism. Capitalism wants to make everything capitalistic. They just slap a new name on it every few decades or every few years, every few months. If you're looking at trends, capitalism just slaps a new name, rebrands something, and sells it to you. Like thrifting. The concept of thrifting. I want to talk about that. The concept of thrifting. The way people approach thrifting is like, people tell you to stop supporting fast fashion and like thrift. Okay, where I'm from, like in my city, I'm not saying that we don't have thrift stores in my country, but in my city we don't have thrift stores, so that's also not an option for me. I don't know if I'm in frame or not, because I got this camera secondhand last year from Girne when my grandparents were here. Anyway, not important. I'm pretty sure they might have thrift stores in Girne. I don't know. Anyway, what I'm saying is the way people approach thrifting is the same as fast fashion. You can tell people all they want. Like, you know those people that are like, oh, you know, like, my idea of a hangout is getting a coffee with someone and going to thrift stores. How many days a week do you go to thrift stores? Again, like, I don't have thrift stores in my city. I don't know. But some people are saying that they go to thrift stores 5 times a week, and like, that's the same as fast fashion. It does not matter that you are going thrifting. People are not approaching clothes in a different way. They're approaching in the same exact way, but because it's thrifting, it's sustainable, and you can buy as much as you want. If you go to the thrift store, let's not say 5 times a week, let's say 3 times. If you go to the thrift store 3 times a week, and each time you buy like 4 to 7 clothing, I don't know, you buy like 6 articles of clothing, and you go to the thrift store 3 times a week, it does not matter that it is a thrift store. You are still approaching fashion in the same way. You are still approaching fashion in the same way. That is still mass consumption. It does not matter that it is a thrift store. You are still doing the same thing. You're still going and you're still mass consuming. And before that, oh, you go and you get a coffee, and how do I even approach this? Like, you go and get a coffee before that, right? We're still, we swear about this whole slow living thing, like, but there's so much flaws of how we approach it. Like, oh, like, we go buy a coffee on the way and we'll drive to the thrift store and like we'll buy things from the thrift store. This is not a very slow life in the way that we think it is. Not everyone has a car. Not everyone can afford a car. Not everyone can afford to rent cars either. People who can't afford public transportation. I'm 17, so I don't have a license, and my city's like, it's not the biggest city, so I can walk it anywhere I want to. Would my mom offered to drop me off? Yes, but I don't want her to drop me off. My city isn't very big. Anywhere in my city, like, the furthest place is within 5-minute driving distance, so I would rather not be dropped off. I would rather walk it, but that's a me decision. We don't have public transportation in my city other than, like, within the city we have the university bus. The university bus transports students, picks up the students and transports them to the university. It does not take you around the city. Everyone gets on a university bus. When I used to get out of school, high school, I used to take the university bus and come home because there's a bus stop near my house. But that's not what it's for. It's not for public transportation. It's for the university. But everyone takes the university bus. What I'm saying is not everyone has access to transportation. I guess I'm also exploring the political side, like I said I wasn't, but to indulge in politics or to not is not a choice. Politics is everywhere, like same way how you cannot have apolitical news. There is no such thing as apolitical news. News is inherently political. If you look at it that way, everything is inherently political, everything is inherently capitalistic, because that's the society that we live in, that's the reality. And again, like I discussed, maybe this is my reality. Maybe other people don't view it like that. Maybe if we just tried hard enough, everyone could have these things. Maybe it's a us problem. Maybe we should just try harder. I don't know. Again, who is right? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, or maybe I just don't try hard enough. Maybe it's my fault that I can't get a job. I love the city. But no shit, I think I live in quite a nice part of the city. Like, I can walk anywhere from my house. Like, everywhere from my house, it's within like a 15-minute walking distance. Like, everywhere in the city. I don't live in the heart of the city, but I can get to the heart of the city within 15 minutes. And I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, like, that's the thing, by the way. I live in a good area. Like, okay, I live in an apartment. Okay, should I, like, doxing myself? Like, I live in an apartment with a bunch of apartments. Like, wholly apartments here, nothing else. I mean, like, the street right after there, that's like, it goes to the main road. Hold on, am I done? Oh shit, I got 13 minutes left to talk. My god, I am so sorry. So if it ends and I start the next clip of, I don't know where I was left off, you know why. Anyway, like, I live here. I live in an apartment, but my parents don't rent. They bought the apartment, right? So we don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry for rent. My mom doesn't even work. My dad works. And my dad brings the money for the rest of the household. And I have a younger sister. We don't have to worry about money. Right now I'm saving. I'm saving money so I can afford university dorms. And like, ideally, do I have to? No, I don't. I don't have to. I don't have to leave. I live in a good apartment in a good area, and my parents aren't going to kick me out when I go to university. I don't have to leave. I won't even be 18 by the time I leave. I'll turn 18 in this December. By the time I go to university, I'll still be 17. I'm not even of legal age to rent an apartment yet, to buy land. Not that I have the money for that. But like, ideally, let's say like I have all the money, I couldn't even like rent a place if I wanted to. And I don't have to worry about this because I live in a good place with good circumstances. I don't live in the worst part of the city. This is nowhere near the worst part of the city. It's quite nice. We have new neighbors. Like, they go to the university, they're students. Like, they're renting here because it's a good place. Okay, to the university from here it's like half an hour, but it's a half an hour walk, not a half an hour drive. With a car it's like 3 minutes. It's not very long. I'm going on a whole tangent. I'm talking about the whole structure of society for you to understand this whole slow life thing, because it's not something that I can just give it to you without explaining context, or it won't really make sense. Also, I'm very sweaty. I don't know if that's like showing up on camera, but I am extremely sweaty right now. It's very hot. It's summer. I'm sorry. If I look like I'm like fucking glowing, it's not makeup. I'm sweating. It's not lighting. I have my lamp for that. I don't want to look at it too long because I can't. Okay. Basically, about this whole slow life thing, the whole concept of a slow life is just living. It's just living. It's not doing anything. It's living. It's living and accepting the fact that you are living. Like, when I'm sitting here, let's play it out. When I'm sitting here and I open my laptop and I sit here for a few hours and I watch YouTube videos, I may also look outside my window, and right now, still, I can see the trees, and I can see that the wind is rustling its leaves. I notice it. I choose to notice it. I choose to see this beauty in life, the art in life, the meaning in it. I choose to see this. This is a slow life. I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here and I'm endlessly scrolling on my laptop. I'm not doing anything. I'm not tending to a farm. A slow life, the concept of a slow life is just living and seeing like beauty or maybe meaning or maybe art in things that you do. Like when I go on a walk, I may notice that what do you call it? You know the guy who like sweeps the roads. Like I may notice that he's cleaning the roads. He's a road sweeper. He's cleaning the roads. I may notice that he's smoking. I may notice that his clothes are dirty. I may notice his cap, or maybe he has headphones in. I notice it. I make the conscious effort to notice him. Not everyone notices him. They're like, oh, you know, like he's just cleaning the roads, and like people may look away. The concept of a slow life is just like noticing. It's noticing. So anything is a slow life. Having a slow life is not moving to the mountaintops in your little cottage and tending to your goats or something. That also costs money. My grandparents, they sold their goats because they can't afford their food anymore. They had to sell their goats because they can't afford to take care of those goats anymore. And okay, let me look at the time so this isn't going on for too long because I'm gonna have to end the tape and do it again. Anyway, people cannot afford these things. Not everyone can afford to live like that. The concept of a slow life is not completely abandoning your life in the city and moving to the suburbs or something. Not suburbs, I'm using the wrong word. Urban area. I don't know why I said suburbs. The concept of a slow life is not abandoning your life to live another. That's not how a slow life works. The concept of a slow life is slow walks to school. It's not having friends to hang out with afterwards, but you're walking around and you notice things. That is the concept of a slow life. Your life is quite literally slow, but you do not go in and out of your way to make it slow. Like you do not move somewhere to deliberately have a slow lifestyle. That's not what it is. The whole concept of the slow lifestyle is just the life that you are in, but you are romanticizing it in a way. In a way, you are romanticizing it. It's just that you are. You are aware of the circumstances that you are under, but you choose to see beauty in it, or meaning, or art. Maybe your whole life is art. I choose to see it like that. Everything that I am, everything that I make, everyone that I have been is art. All of these things combined are art. And maybe I didn't do a good job explaining it. I don't think I did. Maybe it's too short. I think this format is way too short for me to explain my ideas, but I don't feel like I feel like talking for any longer. I begin to tire myself. It's just that I don't know how to express myself. I don't always know how to express myself. I'm like, I should know, like, but I do not know how to express myself. I can't find the words, and sometimes I'm not in the mood. And I thought I was in the mood, but maybe I'm not in the mood. Maybe one day I'll like drop a 3-hour essay on a slow life and capitalism and politics and culture and society. But I don't feel like doing that right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yes. Peace.